So Erwin,
Hey.
when I tune my guitar,
Yes, sir.
and it's all perfectly in tune, and then I play higher up the neck, and it sounds awful. What's the problem?
So you mean that the pitch is completely off when you play high up the neck?
Yeah.
That will mean that there is something wrong with your string length, which is affected by the position of these saddles. So you can either shorten the length of your string or make it longer, and that will affect the pitch high up the neck. Like I said, there's plenty of things that can cause pitch problems on your guitar. For example, way too much upward bow in your neck, too much relief. A setup that is not right, like if your bridge is way too high, you get a lot of issues as well. Old strings also tend to not be right in intonation. Your pickups might be too close to the strings and actually pull on your strings with magnetic force, and that will cause your pitch to go up as well. If you use a crappy old capo, which will clamp it too tight on the neck, the pitch will go up as well, etc., etc. But today's topic will be the saddles on your bridge. All right, so let me give you a small example of what we're talking about here. Let's say your high E string. That's pretty much spot on right there. Now the low E string. Oops. Houston, we have a problem. So you've all heard it, the low E string was way off, and the pitch was way too high up on the neck on the 12th fret. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the saddles, and that will change the string length. In this case, on the 12th fret, the tone was way too high, the pitch was too high, which means that the string length was too short. So we're going to make it longer. And we take our trusty old screwdriver. Now, if you look at the bridge, there's a couple of small screws that you can use to change the position of the saddle with. So, in this case, this piece of string was too short, so we're going to move the saddle backwards. So yeah, I think we're about right here, but we'll check it to be sure. So yeah, guys, setting your guitar up, it's not all that complicated, but there's a small things that you have to want to take into account. So you start out with the relief in the neck, which we talked about in the previous video. Next step would be your string height, which you can change by adjusting the height of the bridge with these little wheels on the side. Next step would be adjusting the pickup height. And then I would change my strings and then check my intonation, because fresh strings always make for better intonation.
Can you speak a little bit about how intonation works on acoustic guitars?
Okay, so with acoustic guitars, it's pretty much the same deal, except for it's not as easy as with an electric guitar. You don't want to do it at home. I would suggest you bring it to your local luthier and have him do it. The intonation procedure is exactly the same. You want to change the length of your string by adjusting the position on the saddle where the string leaves the saddle, and that way it will affect your intonation. Yeah. So yeah, new strings on your guitar, very important for your intonation. There's a small little trick that you can also use, and it will help both your string height to be a little bit more comfy to play, as well as your intonation. Okay, so if you put on new strings, the strings are going to be a little bit stiff and thick, and they won't bend as easily over the saddle as, let's say, these ones do, because they've been on for a few weeks. But a new string will be very stiff. When you put it on, tune it, push your thumb on it so that it breaks more easily over the saddle, which will cause for better intonation and a slightly lower action. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in and staying with us here at the Fellowship of Acoustics. We always try to inform you about little techniques and little tips and tricks you can use at home. Of course, this is not a complete full-on setup, but it's little things that can help you out in case of an emergency. Should you have any questions, just feel free to ask, send us an email, call us, and if there's any videos that you would want us to make in the future, please feel free to comment and we'll do so. Thanks, take care.